on the bright side, can tell you what I'm seeing. You can have it if you dream it. Just be brave and you'll achieve it all. It all. I wanna know if you really want it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear. I wanna know if you really need it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear.
All right. Good evening, folks. Good evening. I'm just trying to figure out this. We have a little bit of a feedback here coming in back here. I think it is the. I think it's the. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Stop it.
Good evening,
Okay.
folks. Good evening.
It is the live streaming.
Figure out this,
I got to figure out this live streaming and stop that. Okay, there we go. Live streaming. There we go. Okay, I think it's got it. Okay. Hi, everybody. Good to have you here this evening. And my name is Hugh, going solo here today. I got this one guy. My avatar is distracting me. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay. Oh man. All right. Let's get started, folks. Let's get started. DayTradeSPY.com. Let's start the recording here. And good evening, everybody. It is 8:03 Eastern Time, DayTradeSPY.com's Week-In Review. And my name is Hugh. How do you do? August the 25th, Sunday, August the 25th, 2024. I'm going to give you a moment to read this disclaimer. Keep us out of jail. Keep us out of trouble. And I will be quiet while you read this. Okay, I think you pretty well read it all, right? You alone are responsible for all your own trading, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Charts are courtesy of Schwab, Thinkorswim, and also Tasty Trade in case we get them up there. All right, there you are. There you have it. Okay, I gotta hit this button there. Not sure if the maybe I wonder if I close the blinds back here, it might be a little bit brighter on my face. So you're not squinting, trying to, where's that guy? Does he have wrinkles? Let me see if I can get this here closed. Okay. Let me just give me half a second here to close these drapes, and I think more light will come on me. And also maybe if I put this line on, that might help too. All right, getting better, getting better. All right. I'm real here and in color. Okay, Week-In Review. There we go. Let's get started, folks. All right, there's a questions box. You'll find a little icon on your Zoom dashboard. Click on that, folks. I am the only one that sees that here tonight, the questions box. We're going solo here tonight. Aaron has got the night off. We gave him the night off, and he'll be back tomorrow morning in the trading room. So I get to have you all here. All right. Just curious in the questions box. You put it in the questions box where we're all from. Just curious. I know we have people from around the world. Just want to get an idea as to where everybody is from here tonight. That'd be just kind of nice to know, just from my own references. Nothing, there's no test or anything. So go ahead and say whatever you want. Thank you for that, Tom. He says, time to close the blinds. Okay. Doug's asking, if I refuse to read the disclaimer, will I end up going to prison? No, you won't. But maybe I might. I don't know. Well, they say lawyers have to eat too. So I'm kind of rolling on that one, but I don't know. I have some good lawyer friends, and some of the jokes that we say are pretty funny. So what do you what 20,000 lawyers in the bottom of the sea? What is that? Never mind. It's a good start. Okay. North Carolina. Thank you, Tom. Yes, Richard. Oklahoma, Colorado, Fort Lauderdale, Gastonia, North Carolina, Putnam, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Colorado Springs, Santa Barbara, California, Southern California, Oregon. All right. Toronto, Canada, Erie, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia. There's something from Windsor, Ontario, Indiana, Happy Valley, Oregon, upstate New York, and Brooklyn, New York. Thank you for that, Ira. Montreal, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, from now crappy Illinois, Detroit. Da, da, da. Why does your introductory page have an I in the word startling? It's a play on words. You like that? Startling? This is funny here. Let's go back here. We'll be startling shortly. Get it? Get it? Startling instead of starting, startling. It's actually a play on words. Yeah, well, anyway. I thought it was funny. Okay. Rome, Georgia, Connecticut, Singer Island, Florida, the North Pole. Okay, yes, Doug. Brooklyn, Atlanta, Georgia, Fort Erie, Ontario, South California, Vancouver. Okay, I'm still in calls. You still have calls? Yes, I have calls. Excuse me. Philadelphia, Arkansas, St. Louis, Hot Springs, Arkansas, Utah, Iowa, North Carolina, Asheville. Okay. Collingwood, Ontario, Montgomery, Alabama, Gaston, Europe, Belgium. Good to have you here. Okay. What percentage of customers renew their membership after the first 3 months of the first year? Last I heard was 92%. DeBerry, Florida. Okay. Alpine, Arizona. Okay. Georgetown, Tennessee. None. Texas. We have a couple from Texas. Anyway, let's get moving, folks. I have another question for you. Yeah, this we're doing a little interactive session here tonight, right? My question is, how well are you familiar with options? Okay, it's all subjective. It's just a self-assessment here. If you don't know a thing about options, enter a 1. Somewhat know something, 3. And if you're well familiar with options, you know what the Greeks are. You're totally familiar. Put a 5, and anywhere in between, put a 2 or a 4, whatever you think. Just a total self sort of assessment on that. No test or anything, nothing like that. Just want to get an idea as to who I'm talking to, how many people are new to options trading. And meanwhile, I'm going to go to Russ. Oh, okay, I like your play on words on startling, Maryland. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. We'll get into some of these questions a little bit later on here. 5, Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Texas. Isn't that where Buddy Holly was from or something? Why does everybody relate Buddy Holly to the day the music died in Lubbock, Texas, and plane crashes with famous stars? I mean, lots of stars died in plane crashes. Rick Nelson, Leonard Skinner, a bunch of guys from that. Okay, let's see. 3 to 4, 4, 3, 5, 3, 2. There's a 2. Mostly 3s, 4s, 5s. Ira, 6. I love it. 3, 3, 4. These people that took courses before, they're putting up a 6. And just because somebody took a course before doesn't mean you're going to get our course. It's the same. There's no sameness. I know one thing I noticed about options trading is that nobody gives the same thing. Nobody gives the same material that I know of. And I'm going to get into that a little bit here. Okay, lots of 3s, 4s, 5s, 4, 5. I don't see any. Oh, there's a 1. Kenneth. Okay, there's a 1 from Kenneth. Okay, sounds good. Wow, cool. Okay. You don't understand delta theta. Okay, neither did I when I started, by the way, Robert. So here's what happened when I started trading. I guess it was maybe beginner's luck, or whatever you want to call it. I would make some pretty good money on these things, you know. And then the next day I would do a similar trade, and I'd ask myself, well, something went horribly wrong. You know, what happened? What would I do different? And somebody asked me, I would ask people, and they said, well, what about the delta or the theta or the volatility or this or that? Or what? I know what you're talking about. And they said, well, maybe you should. I thought, you're probably right. Maybe I should know what I'm talking about. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll get into that a little bit later on here. All right. Da, da, da. Okay, what are we doing here? All right, good to see that. So here's what we're going to do tonight, folks. Excuse me. We are going to give you an introduction. All right, take a look at the weekend review. Look at next week, do a little bit of a beachside chat, go over some questions, any questions or comments you might have, how we can help you become better traders, and give you a 2-minute tutorial. And I'll also tell you my real trades I did on Friday. Um, and while I was well, before I mentioned that, I did take a look to make sure that my cardiologist is not online, and he is not. I think he kind of forgot that I do this, so which is good because if he's not online, that's a good thing. See, for those of you who don't understand, I I'm actually not supposed to be trading because of high blood pressure. So I check my blood pressure every morning right here. Right here. I don't know if you can see this blood pressure machine right here. Maybe I should check it now. Maybe I should check it now to see what it's going to be like tomorrow. Hey, let's take a look at this thing here. And just gonna check it right now here. We're gonna punch it up here. There it goes right there. Can you see it? Ah, there you go. Where's the camera? There it is. There it is right there. Anyway, it's going up. I'll tell you what the numbers are. So if this was the morning trade, then I determine if I should get into a trade or not, depending on my blood pressure. Isn't that a funny way of determining whether you should trade or not? But for me, it kind of works. You know, I'm not supposed to trade. Actually, about a year ago, September, they brought me in for gallbladder. I had a gallbladder issue in the hospital, but they kept me in for a week because of high blood pressure. They didn't like the 228 over whatever. They said, "How are you feeling?" He goes, "Fine, I could drive home." So you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, pal. You got very high blood pressure, and you run the risk of stroke and heart attack and all these things. So, all right. So my blood pressure is 152 over 85. Not great, but it's not that bad either. So anyway, we're not trading now. So I've got some meds. They put me on meds. I'll take the meds. See where it is tomorrow. Or maybe my unit is faulty. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm going to do. All right, folks, going to question another question for you. And this is an important one because I want to know how many of you are in our trading room. Because if everybody is in our trading room, then there's no sense in talking about our trading room. You already know the value of our trading room, right? But if there's one or two people who are still not convinced that the trading room is the place to be, well, maybe I can convince you. Okay. Is there a Chinese buffet tonight? No. Should I have checked it on Friday? I don't know. Maybe blood pressure. Uh, it's not going to do you any good while you're talking. 228, nice round number. Yeah. 119 over 72. That's pretty good, Scott. I'll trade you. Do you take the meds? Yes, I take the meds. I was going to say when I remember, but they've been pretty good on. I missed one last week. I just missed one last week. Okay, a lot of people are in our trading room. Yes, yes. Cohen is not. Why not? Why not? Yes, yes. Michael K is not in our trading room. Neither is Stephen T. Dave A. Gentlemen. Henry H. Carlos, Michael R. Really? Benjamin M. Annie S. What do you mean you're not in the trading? Mike G. Okay, don't have time for the trading room. Okay, Mike. Jerry E. Not currently in the trading room. How do you get access? Doyle, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Rick J. Okay, Ed S. Yes, love it. All right, this is my first Rod T. Yeah, right. My sister left a message. Okay, didn't kick me off Bluetooth. I had a peach and coffee waiting for the laxative effect to take. Okay, too much information. Yeah, that's my breathe. Okay, yes. Michael. Okay, I love you. Love to try for a week. Brian Z said everybody shouldn't even be in the trading room. That's our symposium. Symposium, yes. Tom D, no. William H, no. My gosh. Okay. If I can't be in the trading room every day, would watching the recording help? Yes, it would. It would help. But having this live is best. Okay. Alex F, he's my friend from Vancouver. Is it Alex? No. Okay. Call it a symposium and the rest will join you. Okay, maybe we should change it to symposium. Symposium, we had a definition of symposium the other day, and I think symposium assumes some intelligence. And usually alcohol involved. We don't we don't drink that much. Ali, oh no. Okay. All right, there's a few people, ladies and gentlemen, who are still not in the trading room. Can you believe it? Not in the trading room. All right, let's move along. A little background why you should listen to me and Aaron. All right, first of all, this is your host, yours truly. My name is Hugh. I learned this stuff from the trenches trading. Okay. Everything I teach you, I learned the hard way. A lot of theory out there. If you want to learn a lot of theory, there are many places to go. And I don't know why you would want to learn all about options trading and stock trading and now there's crypto and currency and Bitcoin and there's what's the other one? Non-fungible assets or something they call non-fungible tokens. Seems like they can trade just about anything out there. But look at I don't I if you're like me, you don't really care about learning all about the stock market. You just want to learn how to make money, right? If that's what you want, then you're in the right place because that's what we do. We teach you how to make money. The vehicle we use is the stock market, the options market. Okay. So when I learned how to do this, I was pretty much forced into it. When I discovered when my own financial advisor blew out half my account, I realized that I have to learn how to do this myself, especially if I want to regain my kids' education fund. Blowing up my account is one thing, and I've almost resigned to the fact that I'll probably be working in a little coffee shop somewhere in my 90s or 80s if I live that long. But hell will freeze over before my kids are going to be deprived of a quality education, and hence I set out to learn how to do this myself. And I think that if there's one word to describe how I became successful, I think it's perseverance. Perseverance. I was not always a good trader. All right. I had my ups and downs just like everybody. No different than you. If you're experiencing losses and gains and gains and losses, I was right there. And I probably have more losses than anybody here. But I stayed with it. I stayed with it, stayed with it, stayed with it. So anyway, eventually I learned that what works and what doesn't work. And I realized that if I do less of what doesn't work, all right, I'd always look at the trades that I did. I'd review them. I guess I was a stickler for that kind of stuff, an analyst. If a trade didn't work well for me, I would look and go back and look and see, well, why not? What happened then that this thing did not work out this time? The wins I would celebrate, of course, just like everybody else, but the losses I would go back and review why didn't this work? What happened? What didn't I see? What did I see yesterday that this thing worked and today it doesn't? What changed? And I would learn from them and I would strive to not do those mistakes. I persevered. And eventually I got pretty good at it. And then people started taking notice. And they would ask me, Hugh, what are you doing? And can you teach us? Can you just put it online as to what you're doing? So we started a very rudimentary website. Some of you online who've been with us a very long time might remember we had, I think the website was, it was like a stage with two potlights or something. It was kind of a very elementary kind of a website. And we thought, well, we'll throw it up on the website here for people. And we thought this thing was gonna, oh yeah, it's a little flash in the pan. It'll last maybe a month and then it'll fizzle out. Oh no, no. Our little business here that's supposed to be just a little fluke, by a fluke, actually, it grew. It was never supposed to be this way, but it grew and grew and grew and grew and grew until, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have the center circle. Now we got some training, we got a trading room, we got, webinars, we've got ebooks, we got all this stuff. And wow, this thing is going crazy. And then a couple of years ago in 2022, Eagle Financial Publications bought us out but they kept us on. But not only that, but they hired Aaron. They hired Aaron Stevens, who was he came from a $150 million commodity fund. All right. And he mastered this technical analysis in his teens. In fact, he worked for this commodity fund when we got him, but so we got him as well. So he identifies these longer term high probability trades. And I do the short term breakout trades for small multiple daily gains. So we both have obviously similar goals, but we have different techniques and different approaches as to how we're going to achieve these goals. And we have a saying that when our indicators unite, our trades ignite. So Aaron looks at a completely different set of indicators that I do. I look at a set of indicators, and so does he. And it's really cool because if he says I think the market's going to go up, and I also say you know what I also see the market is probably going to be going up, you might want to buy call options because the market's probably going to go up, and that's where we get the strength. It's the synergy, and this whole thing is actually quite phenomenal. Between the two of us, folks, we have over 40 years of market participation. I mean, that's huge. And you have the benefit of tapping into those resources. And we like to tell you that we don't actually have to trade. All right, we don't have to trade. I mean, or rather, we don't have to teach. We can actually just trade ourselves, and we're fine. But we love to teach because we just enjoy it. We thoroughly enjoy it. We enjoy the reaction of people when they email us and tell us how well they're doing and how it's made a difference in their lives and whatnot. Anyway, a couple announcements here for you. The 2 to 5K challenge. It used to be the 2 to 10K challenge, still is kind of. But we're going to take it to 5,000 to coincide with the elections. We're going to start this on September the 16th, take it to November the 16th, and we're going to take $2,000, turn it into $5,000. If you want to join us, please do so. You don't have to do anything special, just be in the trading room because that's where we are going to conduct our trades in the trading room. Every day, we're going to get in there, make our trades, take $2,000 into $5,000. Not much has been said about this yet. You're the only ones that know about this. Okay. But watch for your email for details. And again, if you are not a member of the trading room, that's where it's going to be. All you have to do is just be a member of the trading room, and you'll certainly have access to all that information. The other announcement, SPY on the market. If you're not a subscriber yet, please get into this free e-newsletter sent out every Thursday. Just a very brief couple minutes is all it takes you to read this thing. It's pretty exciting, pretty fun, light, relevant, entertaining. All you have to do is subscribe, go to our website, DayTradeSPY.com, and when the little pop-up comes up, just leave your email address, and you will get this delivered in your inbox every Thursday morning, I believe. All right, Thursday morning. This week's topic, getting wealthy, staying wealthy. Essentially, what we're saying here is a lot of people know how to make money, but actually, interestingly enough, fewer people know how to keep it. Making money is one thing, keeping it is another. And that's this week's topic on SPY on the market. Folks, I talked to a lot of people and had the pleasure of a gentleman the other day. I was in a Zoom meeting with this guy, and he said, excuse me while I take a drink of this stuff here to wet my throat. He's talking about. He said, Hugh, what's your opinion? I'm thinking of getting into a business. I forgot what it was, some funny thing, and he wanted to do it with his friend, his longtime friend. He said, "Well, we have good complementary skills." I said, "Oh." He said, "Well, so you've been in business before?" "Oh, yeah, yeah." He said, "Well," he said, "I'm thinking of getting into business," and I'm saying this because this is what I told this gentleman. I said, "Well, so one of you has the money and the other one has the experience, right?" "Yes, it's a good match." I said, "Well, here's my experience that when two friends get together, one has the money, the other has the experience. Eventually, the one with the experience gets the money, and the one with the money gets the experience. In other words, don't do it. I mean, do what you want, but why would you want to get into that?" And he had to buy some inventory and all this stuff and some capital investments. And I thought, why are you going that path? You know, to me, the most perfect business is trading and trading options. And I've been around the block. I know what I'm talking about. To me, this is the best business ever because you work whenever you want. You don't want to get up at 6 or 7 in the morning to bake donuts or whatever, or 5 or 2 or 3 in the morning, or you don't want to stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning, closing your bar, get the drunks out of there. You work whenever you want. You work wherever you want. I have traded on ski slopes. I've traded in airport lounges and hotel rooms on the beach in Mexico. I have traded in coffee shops using my cell phone. If you have an internet connection, you can trade. Work whenever you want, wherever you want, as much or as little as you want. Nobody's sitting here, watching the clock or anything. Low startup costs, low overhead. My goodness, you already have what you need already. You got a computer with an internet. You got all that. There's no inventory or staff to be concerned about. No government agencies to deal with. I had a gentleman I was talking to a while back, a long time ago, actually. He had a little restaurant, and he said, "Oh my gosh, Hugh, you don't believe it. I got the health department, the labor board, everybody's taking shots at me." I said, "You got it, pal, and you better hope the power doesn't go out, or you have a backup generator because should anything like that happen for a few hours, you're throwing out all your inventory too, right? All that stuff in the freezer. Once it defrosts, you got a real problem, right?" Start with little capital, make as much as you want, rewarded for your intelligence and emotional control, their tax advantages, and it's just plain fun. Trading is just a blast, and you get rewarded quickly. You don't have to wait for your money. There's no accounts receivable you have to deal with. You don't have to chase anybody for money. You don't have any partners that you have to deal with. Can you imagine if you have a partner or shareholders? You gotta explain your every purchase, every investment, forget it. Options trading is the best ever, and I cannot think of a better business. Anyway, folks, any questions or comments? Put in the questions box. We'll get to those in a little bit. Right now, let's take a look at the weekend review. This is what happened. Let's expand this out here. Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Friday. Quite the swings here. Monday was a low or no news day. A lot of a technical rally supported by anticipated rate cuts. So we knew that the Jackson Hole, Wyoming symposium was going to happen. This is where finance ministers and all the powers that be get together for their annual powwow, right? As to they're going to discuss what the situation is and where they should go. I'm just trying to find who all is going to this Jackson Hole Symposium. Uh, I uh, I had to decline because we have to run the trading room every morning. So I had to say, sorry, Jerome, I can't make it this time. But they get people, central bankers, finance ministers, academics, financial market participants from around the world. It's a closed meeting to the press, but officials usually talk with reporters throughout the day. You're going to get comments throughout the day and speeches from central bankers and other influential officials, and that can create a lot of significant market volatility. So, anyway, the anticipated rate cuts pushed SPY up into an area of resistance, and we caught that resistance at 561 on Tuesday. And there was a very strong technical resistance level right there. Suddenly, the bit of a sell-off happened. Market came down, and they got down to test that 558. So we went down a few points here. By Wednesday, Fed Reserve meeting minutes was released. That elevated volatility, and we got a little rally there in support of rate cuts. All right, that's as they dissected and unpacked and analyzed the meeting minutes of the last Fed Reserve meeting to determine where and why they voted the way they did. That's what happens at these meeting minutes. Nothing new, but they're just going through what it's all about. Well, come Thursday morning, we hit a high here, recent high, 563.18. But then so we had this bit of a rally here in pre-market, all right, that put us over to the top. But then a lot of technical resistance kicked in right there around 563. And of course, net of unemployment claims, we had some news here. Existing home sales, manufacturing and services PMI reports off the technical resistance resulted in an 8-point drop. As soon as the market started to come down, it gathered more steam, and there's a lot of profit taking. All those people that bought the last 2 or 3 days, they just essentially took their profits in anticipation of what perhaps is going to come on Friday when Fed Chair Powell was going to speak. But they wanted to get their profits locked in. That's what sent the market down. And we picked up some support around the mid 555 level. On Friday, there's a quick pre-market reversal. The market started going back up again. And of course, by the time the opening bell is fueled by Fed Chair Powell's remarks, SPY ran up the flagpole there, and we hit a high up there just under that 563. Actually, I think we hit over 563 on Friday, way up at the top shelf where Mama keeps her cookies, right? Fed Chair Powell's remarks, SPY ran up to the resistance over 562, bounced up and down. A lot of volatility that day, a lot of opportunity to make some serious money on the stock market. And that's what that's all about. All right, week in review, what happened? Well, again, unpacking the Jackson Hole Symposium. Countdown to rate cuts, they got everybody on board with that. Rate cuts are expected in September, likely going to be gradual, barring any sharp unexpected change in inflation or unemployment. All right, and by the way, unemployment rate is below 4%. For perspective, the average over the last 40 years has been 5.8%, so we're doing okay. We're doing okay here. Core inflation averaged 4.7% over the last couple of years compared with the 40-year average of 2.9. So that's a little bit high, but it's still okay. And while not quite there yet, inflation should continue to moderate and not require current restrictive interest rates to do so. Fed Chair Powell even said, you know what, our goal is 2%, but it doesn't have to get to 2% for us to cut rates. Here's what happened in the weekend review. SPY went up 1.4% year to date, 18.1% on high there. So we've gotten some pretty good numbers there. NASDAQ year to date, 19.1%, and the Dow is sitting at a 9.2% year to date. All three indices had some pretty good gains this week. Okay. From a seasonal standpoint, let's take a look here. Here's a seasonal chart. For those who don't know how this works, the blue line is where SPY is today, right now. And the red line is a composite of the last 5 years closing price on the daily charts. All right, so when you take a look at it and you zoom in like this, you'll see quickly that SPY actually remained pretty flat over the last week. And again, seasonally, we rose about 1 point in the upcoming week. So not much action here. And of course, it doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen again this week, but it kind of gives us an idea that, well, might be getting into the summer doldrums here. Might not be might be a lot of action going on, if you know what I'm saying. So, but that's okay because we can actually make money in any kind of a market, right? So we can make money in any kind of a market. And one thing I want to do is spell this right. Okay, seasonally. But gives us an idea that there's no overall climb or even a decline, but getting into September, it's going to look like it's going to be fairly flat. Getting into the mid-September, at which time we will see a decline. All right, looking forward, folks, Monday, we've got durable goods orders coming out. Tuesday, consumer confidence report along with the Richmond Manufacturing Index. Wednesday, not much action on Wednesday. On Thursday, we've got unemployment claims again. Gross domestic, I guess this is a preliminary GDP report, gross domestic product, and pending home sales. Friday's going to be a big news day. We've got personal consumption expenditures, PCE report. This is actually the preferred indicator that the feds use to determine whether to cut rates, keep them the same, or raise them. We also have personal income and personal spending reports, Chicago PMI, University of Michigan consumer sentiment, and University of Michigan inflation expectations. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about this number here. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, personal consumption expenditures. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can get this here done. Okay. You know what? I don't like the way this looks. Let me try it again here. I'm playing with this new tool. I got to be very careful. Try to get a straight line using your mouse. It's not easy. You ever try it? All right, personal consumption expenditure. I'm going to tell you something. If this number is really way out of whack, if this number is going to be way over what they predict, don't be surprised if the Fed say, maybe we'll hold off another month. Right? I don't know anything you don't know, but I'm still not 100% convinced in that I would bet on rates going down, unless, of course, this number, personal consumption expenditures, is in line with what they expect. If this number is way out of whack, if it's much higher than what they predict, the Feds just might hold on. I know some people are still sort of on the fence. They're committed, but their minds could change. So Just want to be careful about that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, bottom line, Monday and Tuesday going to be moderate volatility, low volatility on Wednesday. Then on Friday, Thursday and Friday, I expect high volatility. I think the secret, if there's any secret to this, trade small and trade often. It's the law of large numbers. Okay, the law of large numbers. If you're a good trader, all right, you'll make some money along the way and you'll get your gains, all right? You're locking your small gains and just, inch up your account slowly but surely. Inch up your account. This way, if you do get into a bad trade, it should not kill you. It shouldn't devastate you, right? And trade often. Get in there multiple times a day. Trade smaller gains early to midweek and aim for maybe higher gains on Thursday and Friday. Okay. Folks, many opportunities daily. We teach you how to spot them and how to trade them. And right now, I'm going to talk to you about the trading room. This is how we can help you. For those people who are still not in the trading room, this is our live teach and trade workshop. We do this every morning, 9:20 to 10:30. Myself, along with Aaron, we are the ones that host this event, and we narrate the entire event. We talk about the trades we're looking to trade. We're looking at why we're looking to get into these trades. We look to invoke our strategies, our scalp trades, our out of the morning gate strategies, our the various things we're looking to do, right? This is actually a learn and earn session. It's interactive, exciting trading, and if I can if I can blow my own horn here, with 40 years combined experience, I think we could probably say we're among the best traders. I'm thinking here. I don't know. That's what people tell us anyway. So, but folks, we teach what we trade what we teach. And I think this is really important. We're not going to give you all this fluff. We're not going to give you all this theory that you're not going to use. We're not going to give you many different strategies and different things that you walk away confused, shaking your head, scratching your head, wondering what was all that about? What just happened? We try to keep it as simple as possible. That's what we do. We demystify options trading for you. We try to make it as simple as possible. That's what we do. All right. And we do that because I know what I went through when I learned this stuff. And I sure wish I had a Hugh, to teach me this stuff back in those days. And I wouldn't have had to learn all this through sort of trial and error, you know what I'm saying? You can watch us make real trades on real setups using real money. We also do sim trades. We talk all the time about the trades that we're doing. If you have any questions, you can get them answered in real time. We've got a questions box there and get the questions asked. And again, your privacy is assured. Aaron and I are the only ones to see these questions, so go ahead and say what you want, say whatever you want. Longest running live trading room. We've been doing this since 2010. That makes it 15 years. We've been doing this trading room for 15 years, folks. If we weren't any good, I don't think we'd still be doing this. My question to you, can you afford not to subscribe? Now, if you go to our website, DayTradeSPY, we have to put sort of, I don't know, I want to call it the rack rate. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go to a hotel, look on the door. When you get into your room, look on the door. It'll say, this room goes for $2,500 a night. And you're saying, what the heck is that? What do you mean 20? I only paid, I only paid 150 a night. I only paid 150 a night. Um, uh, Now, where's Aaron? Is Aaron on? I was going to take a shot at Aaron here. Let me see if he's on. No, he's not on. Okay. I was going to say Aaron stays at the cheaper motels. You know what I'm saying? Um, and in fact, he told me about this one motel he stayed in a while ago. He said it's so cheap. He said he was he's actually in there by himself. He says he heard this knock on the door. He just opens it slightly, and it was the manager. The manager yelled out to him, "Hey, buddy, you got a woman in there?" And Aaron said, "No." So the manager opened the door and threw one in. That's just a joke. That's a bad joke. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, folks, look at if you contact customer service, okay, email customer service at daytradespy.com. All right. Email customer service at daytradespy.com and ask them for the special price, the $6.99 3-month price for the trading room. They will give it to you. That works out to, I'm thinking here, probably about the cost of a Subway sandwich, or maybe even half a sandwich every day for for an amazing experience and mentorship that you're not going to find anywhere else. Okay. So anybody contemplating the trading room, get in there and do this. And I'm going to also tell you that, and I believe with this, I'm not sure if it's a 14-day or a 30-day, one or the other. You'll find out what it is. You actually get a money back guarantee. So if you really don't like it, if it's not for you, or you don't have the time, or you're not learning anything, you're just not picking it up, give it a good shot. I had a guy who wanted to quit after a week. I said, "Well, hang on, a week, that's not long enough. You got to be in there for a period of time to really, get all of the great information. And over a period of time, you're going to learn a lot of great stuff. So get in there, give it your best shot. You're going to learn stuff. You're going to learn stuff, and you're going to, learn stuff about yourself. You learn stuff about trading, about the markets, about everything. That's what we do, folks. Anyway, I beat that to death. All right, let's go on. Let's go on. Beachside chat. Let's go on to some of the questions that we have here. Now, just so you know, we're not going to be discussing any of the questions that we would do in the trading room, right? These are going to be questions that are sort of general about what we do and how we can make you a better trader, sort of from a macro level. All right. And yes, we like to have fun, and it's all part of the game, right? Let me just scroll down here. Oh my gosh, hundreds of text messages here. Yes, Harry, I'm still in calls. We're going to look at repairing the calls perhaps this week. Um, in fact, we're going to talk a little bit about repairing trades in a little bit here. Here's a question from Tom. What percentage of customers renew their membership? I think I mentioned to you something like 92% or something ridiculous thing here. If I subscribe to the pick of the day, if I join the trading room, do I still need the pick of the day? Okay, yes. The pick of the day is a separate subscription, okay, as is the Day Trade Spy signal. Oh, it's a separate subscription from the trading room. So in the trading room, we do not discuss the pick of the day until after the fact. All right. So if you subscribe to the pick of the day, you're going to get the pick email to you somewhere between usually around 9:15, something like that, 9 to 9:30, every morning about a very specific option trade that you would trade on market open, assuming the market's going your direction. If it's going against you, wait until it turns around on the 1 minute chart, then get in. And then put up for sale for 6% profit target right away and sit back and let the market work its magic. Okay, it's actually pretty exciting. The Day Trade Spy signal is a little bit different. You're going to get 3 to 5 signals a week, and that's going to be sent to your inbox, your email inbox, and also to your cell phone. And it could come at any time in the morning. And that is designed so for if you're working or you're on the road or whatever, as soon as you get that, pull over to the side of the road, pull up your app, your trading app, and buy it right away. So that is designed to get purchased in the first 2 minutes. And you simply put it up for sale for 5% gain. If it has not triggered the 5% gain by the end of the day, sell it for the market price. Okay. That too has been working extremely, extremely well. So the pick of the day is separate from the trading room. So is the pick of the day, and so is the signal. Okay, they're all separate subscriptions. All right, but we do discuss the pick of the day after the fact, and also the signal in the trading room. All right, don't like stops either. I don't have an abundant funds to average down. Okay, so there's a talk about stop losses. We've been requested to advise people to use stops, say a 40% stop if you are not comfortable with holding trades until they expire, until they get into a profit level or whatever. Um, and personally, I don't like stops myself, and I generally do not use them, but I have ways of managing my positions other than using stops. Okay, of course, do you have a formula for selling off maybe 50% of the 30% loss and try to let time improve the overall position? Mike, I don't have a formula for that. Like I say, I like to manage my positions and in other ways than stops. Now, it's not to say that we never have to, endure a loss. Every now and then, yes, we do have a loss. All traders are going to lose money at some point. Okay. There's no such thing as a trader who never loses. All traders will lose. For me, on SPY, options is stop loss rather is just not the way to go. You'd get taken out way too many times, and then you're sitting there still watching it like it's still your trade. And then you say, my gosh, if I'd have just stayed the course for another 15, 20 minutes, I'd be in profit. Has that ever happened to you? You can kick yourself, right? It's happened to me way too much. So, all right, let's get on with the program here. I want to get to some more questions here. And I'm scrolling through all these numbers here. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, if I sign up for the pick of the day, how much time would I need to study your rules before I can start placing trades? Okay, so somebody's asking here in the pick of the day, how much time was needed to study the rules? I would say 5 minutes. In fact, the pick of the day has the rules with it every day. All right, so you get the pick of the day. I wonder if I have one handy. I can maybe show you what it looks like. Let me just pull up let me see if I can pull up what a pick of the day looks like, since a lot of people seem to be asking for the pick of the day. Let's see if we can find one here. I believe this is one. Okay, this is what it looks like. If I can get this email pulled up. Well, you know what? My Outlook is not responding. Here we go. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Um, okay, there we go. This is what it looks like right here. This is what it looks like right here. Okay. So okay, there's going to be this banner. It's kind of an ad for this thing. I'm not sure what this Trusted Trading Institute is, but Eagle has some deal with these guys. So you'll see the banner on top. But here's what the trade looks like. This is for the pick. And by the way, the day trade spy signal is very similar to this. It is very similar. So you get the date and the pick right here in yellow. You get the pick, and you get a little disclaimer here, and you might want to click on this characteristics and risks of stat. If you want to get into this, thing's like 120 pages or something, and if you want to read it. But here's how you read the code. We explain how to read the spy code. I'm sure many of you, if not everybody, already knows that. And then you have the trading rules right here. I'm not going to go over the rules on this, but there's just just a handful of rules. Basically, three rules here, right? And this is what we do. So you'll see the rules here. Look to buy in the first couple of minutes. If the bid ask, you want to make sure you wait a few seconds to make sure the bid ask spread tighten up. You don't want to get like a huge 5 or 10 cent spread on your bid ask. Okay, so in a few seconds that tightens up. If the market's going in your direction, jump in right now. If it's going against you, wait until the 1 minute candle turns it back in your direction. Immediately once you get it, put in a good till canceled sell order right after the purchase with a 6% increase. Um, Tells you how to get the 6% increase. Now, those people in our trading room and those people who've taken our courses and whatnot, they know how to get much more than 6%. We just use that 6% as a target to base success on. Okay, you have to have a target that says now it is a success, now it is not. And that's what the 6% comes in for. Okay. A lot of our traders make much, much more than 6%. I'd like to put in this rule. We have to put in this rule that says in the unlikely event the stock is drastically going to turn for the worst, use a 40% stop loss if you so wish. A lot of new people, new traders like to have a stop in place. Use a 40%. You'll likely not get taken out, but just so that you have some kind of a back out. It's rare that we ever use that. It's rare that that ever invokes. Personally, like I say, I don't use stops. I like to use other ways in which to manage our positions, and that's just the way we do it. So anyway, that's the pick of the day. All right, that's the pick of the day. I believe the signal. Let me see if we can get a signal. The signal is similar. Here it is. Signal. This is the signal. Same idea. Same idea. Get the banner at the top, and you're going to get the. Okay, let this thing roll out here. Here we go. And you're going to get the. Okay, why is this responding here to me? Okay. It says, okay, now it should be okay now. And again, you get the signal. So here's the specific option that you're going to trade. And as soon as you get this, right away, buy it. Right? Right away. And of course, the rules are right here as well. Okay. And again, if you do not get your 5%, all right, then you just exit at the end of the day for what you can get for it. Okay. These trades are designed to have plenty of time in them. So they should never be at zero by the end of the day. All right. You'll always have time with these trades. Okay. So do that. Do you ever notice that the my video just seems to freeze at the worst possible pose? My mouth is open, goof. I hate that. Oh, but every time I click off the off the PowerPoint, it seems my video freezes. So it's all fun. All right, let's do our world famous 2-minute tutorial, folks. Today's question is, when is a repair executed? When is a repair executed? Well, I like to to go in when it's a severe enough trade that warrants an additional investment with the confidence that the stock is going to retrace back up to a point where you're going to get some profit or break even or even simply minimize your losses. I know it's kind of a mouthful there, but I want to make sure, number one, I've got ample time for any patterns or trends to develop. Chances are, if I have 1 or 2 days left to repair a trade, I probably will just cut my losses, unless I'm really convinced whether it's a news item or something is going to trigger the market to go up a lot. Because if you've lost money, a lot of money in your trade, and for example, you have to have the market go up a lot. Actually, I can't help but think of this one gentleman, I forgot his name years ago. Elderly gentleman, didn't take any of our courses, was not in a trading room, but he still poked around and tried to get the freebies and stuff. I tried to help him. And he would ask me questions, I'd answer him. I'll never forget one day I got a call from him, or an email. I think it was an email to call him or something. Turned out he was in the hospital. He ended up in the hospital over this. And his wife asked me, and he asked me through his wife if he should cut bait on this one trade, or do I think it's gonna be okay. Then he told me the details. I forgot the details now, but I looked at it and I said, well, it is possible. It is possible you're going to win a lottery ticket too. I said to him, the stock has to go up $10 for you to get taken out of after I did the analysis. Um, is it likely? I said, I don't see it. I don't see any chart patterns forming, any trends or any news to come out or anything. The way I see it, I think it's just going to be more of the same tomorrow as it is today. And if it was me, I would take my loss, and at least what you have left. And he said, okay, thank you. And so I don't know whatever I heard it was some heart issue or something, or stress or something related. So that's what put him in the hospital. But I felt really bad for this guy because I know that he didn't have a lot of money, and it seemed like he put way too much money in this trade. And he was an elderly gentleman, so he didn't have a lot of time to recover. I mean, let's face it, if you're, say, you've got a $60,000 loss in something when you're 25 years old, well, you're going to make that up in your lifetime. It's not the end of the world for you. It may not even, drastically affect your lifestyle if you're in your 40s or something, but you got a chance to make it up. But if you're in your 80s and you lose a $60,000 trade, that's going to be probably a pretty, could be a pretty good blow for you, right? So you got to be careful about that. But so I checked to see if there's any upcoming news or events that are going to support the reversal. I want to make sure that there's a reason the markets go up. All right, next up, I want to make sure that it's compatible with any money management risk tolerances. I want to make sure the setup presents itself before I actually enter a repair. And I want to make sure there's ample room for the stock to grow into. A lot of people say, well, there's the setup, so I'm going to get into trade. I say, well, it might be the setup, But if you don't have the room to grow into, let's say you're going to the upside, you want to make sure you've got the room for the stock to grow into organically. So be up to that next major level of resistance. Because let's say you're 10 cents away from that major resistance level, right? Where it could bounce back down and you get up on the setup and then it bounces off that resistance and goes south on you. Now you're stuck holding the bag. That's not a good trade to get into. You don't want to do a repair then. You don't want to do repairs. So we get into the repairs, and we'll probably be doing a repair tomorrow or the next day on some calls that we're holding from last week. So these are all reasons why that I look at before jumping into a repair. When I say also that I want to make sure I have time available, I'd like to generally do a repair, say on a Monday or Tuesday, or maybe even a Wednesday for same week expiration options. Chances are, if it's a Thursday or Friday, and it's not happening, I'll probably end up just, you know, taking the loss on that one. I don't like to put good money after bad unless I see something really that grabs my attention. Okay, so I hope that helps. All right, let's get to some more questions here. Oh my gosh. Okay, here. Do you ever take losses? Yes. Once in a while, I take a loss. I don't like losses. I'm not a Um, I don't like losses. I don't suffer fools. Is that the saying? I don't suffer fools um, lightly. Is that the saying is? I don't like losses anymore. So I'm much more careful when I trade now. I'm and your trading style is going to change as you mature in this business. Okay. Um, so I hope that that helps your situation. You might have been a bad trader before. It doesn't mean you're going to be a bad trader in the future. If you join our trading, or if you take our lessons and learn from us, hopefully you're going to become a good trader here. Question from Rod. Here's a first. My sister left a message and it didn't kick me out Bluetooth. Had a peach and coffee waiting for the laxative. Okay, I think I talked about that already. Not really sure what you're getting at here. Yeah, try. Hey, listen, try out the trading room, and if it's really not for you, just cancel, right? Um, let me see, get on to some of the more questions. Okay. Okay. What I'm concerned about the fact is spending $1,600 with a 6% profit to make $100 must be a better way. Okay. This question comes up every now and then. Okay, so you're investing a lot of money to make a little bit of a profit. But bear in mind that when you're investing a lot of money, you're getting into some high probability trades based on our setups. Unlike, say, and I hate to use the analogy, but unlike, say, going to a casino where your chance is just that chance, right? Is it red or black? Well, that's a 50-50 chance or whatever that number is. I don't hang out at casinos, so I don't know what that gambling thing is. But it's a game of chance. We are not, I stress, we are not a game of chance. If you are looking at trading as a game of chance, you should not yet be trading. Okay. What that means is that you are not ready yet to trade because you don't understand how to get into these how to identify and get into these high probability trades. So the trades that we enter, there's a really good, for lack of a better word, chance. There's a high probability those trades are going to work out. And they are based on some very solid principles that we invoke. That's why we get into those trades. So yes, while you might make 6% on a high investment, the likelihood of getting that 6% or more is quite good. Actually, very good. Okay, so I kind of want to hit on that. So, da, 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 da. Some funny ones. You didn't tell the non-members about the hit squad. No, we don't twist your arm. We don't twist your arm. Okay, let's see. Daily payout plan. Okay, so Eagles got some pretty aggressive marketing out there. We've got the pick of the day. We got the signal. Um, so I mean, they're both very, very effective, 90%-ish success rate, 90, 92, 93%. Rex, thank you for that. I piggyback off you and Aaron's trades and have done reasonably well. Um, okay, thank you for that, Rod, about some of these. Yeah, I take fish oil and Uh, Curcumin, I don't know, cinnamon. Man, I gotta take a look at that. My naturopath's been on to me about all that stuff, and I don't know. I try and listen to him and all stuff, but anyway. All right. What's the yearly cost for the trading room? Okay. Um, I think on the website gives you a cost. Let me just take a look for the yearly cost in the trading room. I should know this, shouldn't I? You think I would know this. But you see, I don't know. Let me see here. Subscribe to the trading room. Subscribe now. I believe this here is the best deal, 39.90 a year. But listen carefully, 39.90 a year. But again, if you email customer service at DayTradeSPY, I think the best deal is that quarterly for 6.99 or something like that. They will grandfather you that into the future. So if you get that, they'll just renew that every quarter. And of course, you're paying it as you go, right? If you want to buy for the whole year up front, go for it. But I would say you don't need to do it that way. Um, Let me just see what else we have here that I have to just queue this up. Hold on just one second. I'm just trying to get something going. Okay, there we go. I had to stop that. Um, I need a producer. Okay, some more questions here. Okay. What are the tax advantages there to trading SPY options? Okay, so tax advantages. I have a CPA and I trade, I pay him very well. So and I use a LLC to trade under. So I leave that to him, but I believe I'm taxed at a capital gains rate or something much lower than say a business rate. So you want to talk to your CPA about trading and tax advantages, and they'll set you up for that. Okay, I think that's really very important. So. Israel and Hezbollah fighting is intensified over the weekend. How is this likely to affect the market? I don't know. We're gonna have to take a look at it Monday morning, see what's going on with that. Generally, I find the things that actually really impact the market, interest rates. That's just the bottom of it, interest rates. Yes, you can make money in a flat market. Now, when we say flat market, we're talking about beginning of the day to the end of the day. But during the day, the markets go up and they go down. They go up and they go down, right? They go up and down. And that's where we make our money in those incremental up and down patterns. Okay. So, and yes, November is supposed to be a pretty good pretty good month for trading. Being an election year, I expect November to be a good year. We make money in any market. You can go up and down, and even these what you call flat markets, they're really not flat because there's always going to be enough movement in SPY to give you some profits. All right, give you some profits. So Nvidia, I don't know. I'm not talking about. I don't know. I haven't followed Nvidia. Um, Okay, Tom says you get your money back if you make $200 per month, not a day, but per month. Are you kidding me? It's a steal. It's a steal. I don't even recommend that they do this, but they do. It's their game, so whatever they want. Um, Samuel, what's your approach to remedy a bad trade? Buy more of the option, lower price to reduce your break-even point. What else do you suggest? Well, that's all you can really sort of do. I think. So yes, buy at a lower rate to reduce your average cost. But again, there's a method to that madness. Just because the price is low, don't just jump into it. That's just one criteria. But there has to be other reasons that you're going to get into the trade, not just because the price is low. That's one criteria. So, and that's one of the things. Anyway, I'm thinking here that I still got to go on here. There's a lot of questions here. Let me see here. Yes, Mike, thanks for that. Shakespeare. I don't suffer fools kindly. That's it. So, and I don't suffer losses lightly anymore. I actually get really upset whenever there's a loss. Do I do a trade? Okay, here's a question. Do I do a trading class on Wednesdays at 1 p.m.? I keep getting these text messages on my phone to join test, but you don't have a link to the meeting. Okay, that's that other company that they do something. I don't know what they do. Actually, I have no idea what they do. So, but there's some cross promotion or something. I think they might talk about some of the things that we do. I'm not really sure. Actually, Placide, I hope I pronounced that right. Maybe if you can let me know what they do and join and see what they're talking about, that might be pretty good. All right. Odell, have you or Aaron done any back testing on the 40% stop? Trying to stay in the trades longer to make more than 5 or 6%. We actually have a lot of testing that we do, and might want to get into the trading room and ask Aaron about that. He's doing a lot of testing right now, and a lot of times when you don't hear him online, that's because he's actually doing some pretty good tests. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, folks. I had you muted. Do I have to go through all this again? All right, let's go through this again. I'm not going to go through this. Folks, you can go through this. Total to dates, I brought it down to 3760. I was just saying here that this was here from 10:07 on. I actually traded a lot before that. I didn't put on here. I just took this segment here that I'm showing you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that we lost the audio for a second here. Um, so I went through the all these trades here, okay? And I'm just saying here, folks, that the total for the day, 3760 from what I showed you. Number of trades, 17. The average investment, 95.64. Average number of contracts, only 21.8. And again, don't be afraid of buying time because yes, it's expensive, but when you sell it, you get it all back anyway. These trades are not designed to go to zero. These are not same day trades. These are not same day trades. These are all 1 week out trades. All right. So we're not doing same day high risk trades at all. And you should have ample time, which means your theta loss is virtually zero. Okay. I mean, it's a little bit, but it's not going to affect you because you're only in there for a couple minutes, a few minutes at a time. So you're not going to have a high theta loss. If this was same day expiration, yes, you could make a lot more money, but your risk factor is also much, much, much higher. I used to do same day expirations. I don't anymore because it's just not worth the risk, not worth the cost. If you have a bad trade on a same day expiration, 0 day expiration, it's just such a bad news thing. And you're going to say, why did I do that? Buy time. It's like buying insurance, right? You wouldn't drive a car off the new car lot without it being insured, would you? Even if it's across the street, you would not move that car unless you are insured. Why would you buy an option that does not have insurance? Right? Think of it as insurance. You get it all back. Anyway, it's just saying here, my risk factor was low, but my fun factor was high. I really enjoyed this. It was actually a lot of fun. And when you get at one with the market, you can actually make a lot of money, right? What can you do with $3,700, folks, that you make in a day? Probably quite a bit. All right, let's just really quick to see if there's any other questions I can get in here. How do you determine how many contracts to trade? Some are only 2 contracts. Is that because it's more risky? No, none of these are 2 contracts. Where you see the 2 contracts, that is the way they got filled. Okay, so I put my buy order in, but they were filled in this sequence. So for example, this one here, I would have had a buy order in for 20 contracts, but it gave 10 contracts from somebody, another 4 contracts from somebody else, 2 contracts, 2 contracts, 2 contracts. But you can see how they all filled pretty well at the same time. So you can either go all or nothing, but I don't have that little check marked off that's all or nothing. I say, listen, give me 20 contracts. I don't care how you give them to me. Just give them to me at that price. I don't care where you take them from, who you take them from. That doesn't matter to me. So that's just how they got filled. Same with the sell, okay? I did not sell 10 by 10. I would have had a sell order there of 20. You can see the time right here, 10:23:04, 10:23:04. They sold in 2 separate lots, okay? That's how they sold. Over here, the sell order, one sold at 12:56:59 for 1 contract. Another one sold same time for 9 contracts. So that's just how they sell. All right. So they just split them up like that. That's all that is. I don't get in and out. I don't leg in and out. So that's what that's all about. Anyway, folks, I think with that, check your browser in a little bit here. You're going to find the URL for the trading room come up. So if you want to join in on that, I believe that probably gives it to you for the $6.99 a quarter. And again, if not, just email customer service at DayTradeSPY. You'll get it. Been a real pleasure, folks. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow morning in the trading room.
On the prize, I can tell you what I'm seeing. You can